Okay, so I wanted to do this video on EQ and Koala. Koala has a 3-band EQ, and basically that just means you have a bass, mid, and high. And it's a simple EQ, yet it's pretty powerful for a simple sampler as Koala is. It's a simple sampler. But one of the things that is challenging when you're sampling and you're splitting stems and trying to get like the bass and all that is a lot of times you lose a good bit of the bass within that process of doing that. So I came up or thought about just doing this video just to kind of show you ideas on how you could EQ to get the bass to sound good without losing the bass. I guess that's for lack of better words. So here's a sample. Now you'll see on this sample, I drug the bass, which is the one to the left as you're looking at it frontwards, down. I accentuated the mids and left the highs, which is the right dot, flat. And the purpose was to highlight the highs in this portion of the sample, even though the bass exists in there. But I didn't completely take the bass out because you need a little bit. You don't want to lose whatever bass was naturally in the sample. Okay, so now I'm gonna make another copy. I'm gonna show you this, how I got to this. So what I did at this time, on the next one, I'm gonna reset the EQ, is I took the highs completely out. Then I brought some of the mids, just a little bit though. And then accentuate. The bass. Now, this is cool if you want to take and use this as a bass, and then you can resample this. Click here. You're gonna not hear my voice for a second. Okay, now I'm back. So now go ahead and always crop that first so you don't lose it. Then you can zoom in on this portion here and crop again. There you go. Now you have the bass sample. But what you can keep doing, if you wanted to, I guess, is keep EQing. Until you get where you want. It's pretty good, but so I had to leave a little highs in there, just a little bit. But if you can EQ it down to that point where you feel like you mostly just hear the bass and you don't hear the rest, that's a pretty good sweet spot. And then this one will cover the other portion of it. Then you put them together. And you got a nice little sample going on. I'm gonna get rid of this one since I did it right here. And then you can go in and start adding your drums. Let me put my, hold on a second here. Let's do mic. We'll turn this mic off. There, you still can hear me. Nice. All right, so that way I can use this section here to show you, just to bring in some drums. I like these filthy drums. And we'll grab a snare. Another thing I do, and I'll show you this too, since we're doing this. I like that one, it's fine. When you go in here, well, first of all, make sure all these are set to one shot. I don't like a real bright, punchy snare. I mean, I don't mind punch, but the bright. So I like to turn down that and then adjust volumes. I don't like my snare to be right in your face either. A little less kick. Okay, cool. So now you can turn your metronome on and record that portion in. That's enough. On the phone, a lot of times I'll just place the sample or the kick or whatever it is. We'll just delete that one. Snap these into place. And then I'll copy them. 1 second here. All right, I thought I had to sneeze. I'll be honest. I didn't want to do it on the phone because it might be too loud or obnoxious too when people do that. All right. Especially when you're just doing a simple track. Okay, so I placed the snares. I will say this. I wish in Koala, even though we have a velocity where we can go in and change this, so you can bring down like a sample here or there. I kind of wish we could just select the track and then randomize the velocities. I mean, it would just be really nice to be able to do that and not have to, especially because on the phone it's a little more challenging. All right. All right, cool. So sometimes I snap these into place. If you want to adjust your thing, I usually do it like that. Put them at like a 30-second. And then hi-hats, the easiest way to get the hi-hats, in my opinion, still, if you just use note repeat, turn the velocity on. No, I like velocity. You could try it. Let's try pitch. Velocity. You're moving up and down too, so you get the variation in the velocity. Gives you more realism to the drumming. So that was as simple as just pitching the sample a little bit. I did mess with the EQing was the key here. I wanted to make that bass sound more like a bass instead of sounding really washed and kind of thin, which is what I felt it would sound like. So just use your EQs, particularly on the sample itself, to try to get your track to just sound more like you want it, right? Unless you're using a one-shot bass and then you're playing it as an instrument, that's different. But if you're sampling a bass, you can, because you know it's going to split it thin, you do better to try to EQ it a little bit to get those lows low and take out any other unwanted noises. All right, that's it for this video. Simple EQing on Koala can help you with your samples to make them sound better. That's the whole point. All right, I'm out.